This coffee table is the third in the Concrete and Wood Geometric Collection, a collaboration between Jen Woodhouse and The Created Home. We first introduced you to this geometric bookshelf, then this concrete-topped dining table, and now I'm very excited to share this coffee table. Personally, I love this base design. Where the dining table features a geometric square-in-square design, the coffee table has an interlocking design formed of half-lap joinery. Whether you have cut half-laps before or you're a total newbie, this is a great, relatively easy joint that is absolutely accessible. Come along and I'll show you how I put this build together. I made the coffee table base out of the same wood as the dining table base. They were beautiful ponderosa pine beams from a deconstructed barn. I ripped the beams to 2 3/4 inch stock. Working with reclaimed wood means being particularly choosy about where you want each piece and what face you want showing in the final design. I next laid out what piece of wood I wanted for each part of the base design and then cut them to length and cut the mortises. Then it was time for the half-laps. The basis of a half-lap is that you will need to cut halfway through both of the two pieces to be joined. I start by carefully marking out where each half-lap will be. My preference is to cut these on the table saw with the dado stack. Check that the blade is set to precisely half of the thickness of the lumber. Clamp the piece to be cut to your miter gauge, lining the blade up with the edge of the cut line. I like to use the clamp to hold the piece as it has the extra benefit of keeping my hands farther from the blade. Always a good thing. Run the first cut through the blade, stop the saw, and readjust for the next cut. Carefully sneak up on your line at the opposite side, taking a moment to fit the wood between cuts. The goal is to get the two pieces to fit together snugly. Next, you'll glue up the miter joints. I like to start by sealing the miters with a 50-50 mixture of glue and water. After that dries, I glue and clamp the pieces together, allowing each glued up joint to dry for a day before moving to the next step. You'll want to be careful that you don't glue up all of the pieces at this stage or you won't be able to put the two sections together. I reinforced each of the glued up miter joints with dowels. Using a doweling jig, I drilled out 3/8 of an inch and fitted the holes with glue and pegs. These joints are strong, easy to form, and they look pretty great. Now it's time to assemble the base, which means adding those pieces that you didn't glue up so that everything would go together. Mostly this means glue and a whole lot of clamps. A lot of clamps. After everything dries, add more dowels. Then the base is ready for sanding and any finish you would like to add. I left these natural. I topped the table with a big slab of concrete. Because so many of the pieces in this collection feature concrete tops, I'm going to cover how to make these in a separate tutorial. There you have it, a stunning coffee table that is sure to impress. If you would like to build one, head over to jenwoodhouse.com for the plans. You can also find a tutorial and tips on my website, www.thecreatedhome.com, to assist in the build process. Be sure to stay tuned for the final piece in the Concrete and Wood Geometric Collection by following both Jen and I on Instagram and Facebook. And I would love it if you subscribe to this channel for more DIY builds.